okay, me having a feel of you. So I'm just running my hands over left fore and then the right fore. I'll do the same with the backs. What I'm looking for is signs of pain, swelling, inflammation, cuts.
Good girl.
All right, sweetie, just leave that leg on the floor.
Good girl.
That's it. Okay, so I'm going to pick the front leg up and I'm going to examine each joint from the hoof all the way up. So I'm looking for range and quality of movement. I'm looking for any signs of heat, swelling or crepitus. Crepitus is like grating within the joint. So here at the knee is the equivalent of the human wrist, and it's made up of 8 carpal bones, which are like ball bearings in the knee. So it should all be nice and loose and lubricated. So far with her it's all good. So we get up to the elbow here. The elbow flexes and extends. That seems fairly normal. And here is the shoulder. So this is the glenohumeral joint, the equivalent of our ball and socket joint. Yeah, so the range of movement in there is quite good. This here is the scapula. The scapula attaches onto the front of the rib cage via a joint called the scapulothoracic joint or articulation. If I just lift that up, yeah, range of movement seems okay. It's not overly tight or restricted. No obvious tenderness through the chest. Okay, I'll just swap sides. Then I'm going to do the same here. So we start, we have a look at the hoof. Does it smell okay? The range of movement's fairly good. Up to the knee. Carpals. Yeah, they all seem to move fairly well. Bone at the back here is called the pisiform. Come up to the elbow. The elbow doesn't move quite as well as the left elbow, but the shoulder seems fine. And scapulothoracic is a little bit tight. Yep, as is front of the chest here. So I just wonder if she's compensating through this right shoulder and weight bearing on it a bit more. Right, I'm going to go around and look at the left hind now. Have this leg please nicely. That's it, good girl. Okay, so similar type of process here. So fetlock to hock. Quite normal to get grating or crepitus within the hock. It doesn't mean a lot, as a lot of horses have it. Hers seems fine. There's no change in shape of the bone. Come up to the stifle. No obvious laxity. Come up to the hip. There's a bit more tightness in the hip. And then we get to the pelvis and the sacroiliac joint. And this is quite tight. Okay, good going. And this one, please, girl. Okay, so fetlock and hock. Good range of movement. Stifle okay. hip. It's got reduced internal rotation, almost held a little adducted. So the adductors are the muscles on the inside of the hip. Not a lot of movement in the right side of the pelvis or the sacroiliac. So if I then comes to the front, all right, sweetheart. Okay. Right, so I'm going to start with her jaw, her TMJ. And she's got quite a high head carriage, and she also seems a little bit anxious. So the tightness I'm feeling in here doesn't really concern me. I think that's just her. Underneath, I'm looking at a bone called the hyoid. That hyoid movement is good. Okay. And then onto the right TMJ. That's also quite tight. Little bit of tenderness. Yeah, she's a bit sore in there. All right. So now the pole. So the pole, correct term is the occipito-atlantal joint. It rotates and it nods. It's the movement it does. It doesn't rotate a lot. All right. Okay.
Hey.
Right, so if we just go down the cervical spine, so we go from the pole, C12, C. All right. Good girls. C23, C34, 45, 56. And then the cervicothoracic junction. Same on the left. Pole, C12, C23, C3, 4, 5, 6, 7, CD. Okay, so although she's a bit reactive and a little bit reluctant to me doing it, the range and quality of movement is actually all right in her neck. So now onto the thoracic spine. Thoracic spine is made up of 18 vertebrae. Human spine has got 12. Right, no obvious signs of muscle spasm down the erector spinae, which are the muscles which run parallel to the spinous process. Ribs are okay on the left. So by ribs I'm actually including the intercostal muscles, which are the muscles in between. Good girl. Okay, I'll just swap sides. Again, nothing wrong with the thoracic spine. Articulations of ribs onto thoracic vertebrae. Feels different. It's definitely tighter down this right side. So from the withers to the upper ribs, there's less give this right side. You want elasticity, flexibility, almost a bounce, but it's not there. Right, lumbar spine. So the lumbar spine is made up of 6 vertebrae. Human spine has got 5. Now there isn't a great deal of movement in the equine lumbar spine, but there should be some lateral flexion, i.e. movement sideways, and a little bit of a twist. Okay, so the last 2 joints on the left side of her low back, i.e. L5-6 and L6-S1, are very tight. If we now move over to the right, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the whole of the right side of her lumbar spine, the last 2 or 3 vertebrae in her thoracic spine and her right sacroiliac are completely jammed. I don't know why this is. The sacroiliac is the most commonly damaged or injured joint in a horse. Same in people. People normally damage it with a bend and a twist, something as simple as, I don't know, you bend over to your shoelaces, or you load your dishwasher. A horse is likely to do it with an awkward canter transition, being out in the field, having a buck and a fart around with their mates, or rolling. And as Susan said, she's been rolling a lot. So I wonder if she's rolled, possibly got her legs stuck in her rug, and pulled and pulled and pulled, and actually strained her low back.
Oh. Or could have got herself cast or something, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you think it's an injury has done this?
Yes.
Something, an accident or an injury.
I feel like this has been here a while. I think around a couple of months, possibly longer.
Okay.
I don't think more than about 6 months.
Yes.
But definitely a few. She doesn't need to be ridden, or I would prefer she wasn't ridden.
Yeah.
In an ideal world, I would have her lunged.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if she were me, I would lunge her in a Pessoa.
Yeah.
Because my goal would be that I actually want her to stretch over her top line all the way down to her low back. But you could also long line her.
Yeah.
As long as she's actually working at a working walk.
Yeah, because you were right what you said, the head carriage is usually up and in.
Yeah.
So there isn't that stretch from nose to tail.
And that up and in posture also locks her back.
Yes.
Because it does that.
So you want that long and low. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Really, you'd want to be doing that for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
You know, not till she's dripping with sweat, but a case of probably spending 20 minutes just doing it, repeat.
At the walk?
At the walk.
Yeah.
Just work on walk and you'll get it.
Get that back end,
Just loose and moving. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to loosen off her low back as much as possible, and I'm going to manipulate her pelvis.
Okay.
In an ideal world, I'd need to come back in a week.
Yeah.
Which is shorter than I normally do, but I think you need to almost hit it hard early on to get on top of it, so that you don't see me as much in the long run.
Yes.
If I leave it, I'm just going to end up keep coming back, and we're going to keep putting a sticking plaster on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.